All right, this lab is going to be lab 4A where we're going to test the speed, and we're going to use this equipment over here where you have the physics stand and the screw that we need to tighten things. We have the track where it's nice and flat, there's no bend to it. We're going to have the data collector. We will have the photo gate with the cord and the card. When you're setting this up, what you want to do is the 9th hole up from the bottom. This is where you connect the track. And what I like to do is have the physics stand sandwiched between the track and the thumb screw, because that's going to hold it on there nice and tight. So you have that tightened down. These should already be set up. What you want to do is plug in the data collector, and on the back of it, it holds a stylus right here, which you could just take out. And when you go into this, you want to go to CPO timer mode, the one with the photo gate. Take the red photo gate cord, plug it into the back of the photo gate, and plug that into where it says photo gate A. Now, you hear that click? These are like the old telephone jacks. When you want to take that out, you have to push down on that little clip and pull it out. This clip right here is what holds it in place. Right? Don't just pull it out. You're going to break that clip. So you hear that snap, you have to push down to get that out of there. For the photo gates, when the green light is lit, that means there's power to it. And when you look at this track, we want to set the photo gate up at certain spots on the track, and every one of these little lines counts as 5 centimeters. Now, when you're going through this, you want to check the help PowerPoint that I posted on Google Classroom, because it's going to tell you where to set up the photo gate, and it's going to give you a lot of hints, and it will help you with the questions at the end of this video. So 1, 2, 3. So this is 5 centimeters, 10, 15, 20. 20 is going to be our first spot. Now when you're connecting this in, what you want to do is hold it against the bottom of the track, because you want this thing to be, the photo gate to be perpendicular to the track. You don't want it at a weird angle like that. So hold it under there firmly as you tighten it down. And now since it's at the 4th spot down, it's 5, 10, 15, it's at the 20 centimeter mark, and it's perpendicular to the line, or to the track. So once you have that set up, you go to CPO timer mode, and it's going to be an interval mode, and it's going to give you TA, and it's going to record time. When you're working with the car, and this is what we're going to do throughout the whole second half of this year, this is the nose of the car. This is what goes down the track first. And these 2 fins at the back, basically, they're what you're going to push all the way against that block to start this. Now, when the car goes through the photo gate, this flag is going to break a beam on the photo gate. And an important part of this lab, and anytime we use the cars, is this distance of this flag is 1 centimeter. So anytime we're working with distance, if you see 1 centimeter, it's because this flag is 1 centimeter. That is the amount of distance that is breaking the beam, that's traveling through that. All right, so you start at the top here, and you want to hold it against that block, and you basically let it go through. And just catch the car at the end, because I don't want them smashing in the disc, because eventually these things will crack. And when you do that, you get a time here. That's what you're going to write down on your table. Now the next, after you write that down, what you want to do is hit 0. So that goes back to 0 for time. And you want to move this to the next spot, which is going to be 30 centimeters. So you move it down 2, because remember, each spot is 5 centimeters. Hold it on there nice and firm so the photo gate is perpendicular. Make sure that's reading 0, and then you do the same thing. Hold the car all the way at the top, let it roll down, catch it, and write down the time. And you're going to go through this to fill out that table. Now there's help for calculations on my Google Classroom. And what it's going to show you is that eventually you're going to make a graph. And your graph should look something like this. The numbers aren't going to be exactly the same, but this is the general idea. You want to have a title. You want to have the X and Y axis labeled with their units. So in this case, position of photo gate on the X axis and speed of car in centimeters per second on the Y. And you want to graph plot the points that you got, your data points. When you draw a line, it should be a straight line, a line of best fit. Really, you can tell that it's going through the middle. I did this on Excel, so it was nice and easy. But you see how I have 3 dots above and 3 dots below? You basically want your line to go through the middle of most of the dots as best you can. What's going to happen in the lab, or on your lab paper, it's going to ask you to predict the speed at an unknown spot. So let's just say, for example, we did not test the speed at 25 centimeters on this track. We didn't do that. So what you would do is you would find 25 centimeters for photo gate position. You would draw a line up to that curve, and then you would draw a line over with your ruler, and this is going to let you estimate what you think the speed would be. And now, for the second part of the lab, what you're going to do is set this photo gate up at the 25 centimeter section, and you're going to run the car down at that section and see how it compares to the speed that you got off the graph. It's a way of interpolating data. Remember, before you answer the questions that are coming up after me talking, make sure you go through the help that was posted on Google Classroom.